In this video, I'm going to show you how I put the first color, fiery brown, over the base coat, which is Toasty. You can see me moving the brush back and forth. I start on the tape, I finish on the tape. That way you don't get any start and stop marks on the panel. You can see I have hardly any paint on the brush, just kind of smooching around. I want to get total coverage, but there's not much paint. When you hold the brush at a 90-degree angle to the sample board, you get that nice grain pattern there as you just lightly go across the wet paint. One thing to keep in mind is you can always go darker. After the paint dries, if you feel like it's not dark enough for you, you can always put another layer on. But if you put it on too dark, once it dries and you want to get it lighter, you just have to start over. Now I'm going to do the bottom, switch it over, do the bottom panel that I have taped off. I'm getting more paint on the brush, making sure I got it thinned down just good enough before I start. And again, start on one side, go back and forth, just smushing it around. Going to get that whole area covered with a thin veil of paint before I start finalizing the grain pattern on there. You just want to keep going back and forth. Light strokes. You don't have to press hard at this point. It's all the wet paint. And now, if you want to make some lighter areas like I do here, I'm just using the side of my brush, pushing pretty hard, just trying to clear off some of that paint to make a lighter area. Then you can go back at about a 90-degree angle, real soft touch, barely touching that board to get that grain pattern. And like I said, if you want it a little bit darker, just add a little bit more paint to it. You can always add paint, but once it's on there and it's dry, you can't really take it off.